Hi friends, welcome to another video. In our previous video, we did able to build email functionality to send an email to user about their order status. In this video, what we are going to do, we'll go ahead and implement remember me functionality. So then when user type their user ID and password, right, and they will have an option here to click remember me check mark and then submit. So what we'll do on their next visit of this web application, it will pull their email ID and password here and user can submit it without retyping it. Okay, so let's go back to our Visual Studio. What we need to do, we need to add a new properties under login view model. So click on stop here. If you have not seen my login functionality, so then please do view my previous video on login functionality. It will be very easy for you to understand this video if you see my login functionality video that I published in the past. So here you can see we do have a controller. We do also have a model. So we need to go open our models. Here our model structure. So you can see view model, and then under this view model folder we have login view model. Okay, so here what we have properties, here we have email password and login status properties. Let's copy this and then paste it here, change this to remember me, make it optional. Okay, so we do have this one. Let's go back to our login view page right here. This is what we create in our previous video on login functionality. Okay, so here what we need to do, we need to have another div under password but before submit button. Okay, so I'll go ahead and copy this line to save our time. Copy it, I'll paste it here, Control V, click on save. So here I'll have label ASP for remember me. We just added here, so remove this, and then here I will also have ASP for remember me. Copy it, paste it here. You can see this input type is checkbox. Okay, and then we are having position as a absolute and then top from -20%. Okay, and make sure change this. I think previous video it was 6, now it is 8 when display size is large. Okay, so let's click on run this. We want to see the view of this change, make it bigger, click on login. Now we do see our login checkbox is coming over here. If you want to have it right side. If you want to redesign it, you can redesign it, but our target is to learn how to implement the remember me functionality. Okay, so now if user type their password and email, right, and do check, so when they click on submit, right, it will call our login post function. Okay, so if you see, if you go to our account controller right here, you can see we have login get function right here, and we also have post function. So let's put a debug point here, and I will go ahead and click on submit, and as you can see we are receiving it here, right? Let's see what we are getting from the view. So from the view you can see we are receiving email, we do received password, right, and we also received remember me as true. So that means user want to remember the username and password in the client machine. Okay, so initially we'll check our valid, if the function, if the model is valid. If it is valid, what we're going to do next, let's go down here. In next, if the result is succeeded, inside of that we'll go ahead and create a cookies to save in the cache. Okay, so to do that I'll go ahead and click on stop Visual Studio. So here inside this, after result succeeded, hit enter. We'll go ahead and check if user have clicked on remember me checkbox. So this is how we're going to check login. dot remember me. If it is true, it will go inside this. Okay, it's showing incorrect. Let me see what happened. Let's go to implementation. So here you can see this type should be boolean, not a string. Let's go back to account controller. So now here what we are going to do, we'll go ahead and create response dot cookies. Okay, all right. So now we did have append the remember me func, right, with the email and password. Now what we're going to do, inside this we will type expires equal to date time dot now dot add days. You can add whatever days you want to add, but I put it 30 days here, and then put a comma here, go down, put http only equal to true, then do secure equal to true, and then same site equal to same site mode dot none. All right, so this is what we done with post function. Remember me func would be the name of the cookie, and then under this we'll have the login.email and the login.password. So in our get function, what we need to do, we need to check if there is any cookie on the cache. So to do that, what we need to do, we need to go inside the get function, hit enter, type if request dot cookie. Now here we will check var value dot split. So here we are splitting the value from this remember me cookies, right? And it will split email and then the login password. Okay, let's type here if value dot view back dot remember me email value 0, then view back remember me, put it password, because under this we have a password, so I'll put password here. Okay, so now let's copy this view back here, go to our login.cshtml. Okay, so here we do have a input for email, so come here and then type here value and then put add, paste that viewback.remember me. Also do the same thing here for password. Here you can see this is the input for password, so paste this and change this to dot get the name from here and then paste it here. Let's run the project to see the view again. So here I am going to have a one debug point here, okay, and then one debug point here. So friends, our project is running. Let me make it bigger. I'll check if there is any cookies on our cache. Let's go click on inspect. I'll go click on application. You do see when you click on application, here is the cookie information for our localhost website, and you do not see any name here for the cookies that we created. So what we're going to do, we'll go ahead and click on login and then click here, type the username, type the password. So as you can see, the password is test, and I did implement this eye icon also under this playlist. So if you want to view this, how we build this eye icon, you can also watch that video. So here I will go ahead and click on check mark. Let's do click on submit. So let's go back to our Visual Studio. It did stop because here you can see remember me is being true, and it did stop inside that. So let's go down. As you can see, we are appending the cookies here. The name is, the key is remember me right there, and then the value is email and the password. Okay, so let's go back here, click on OK, continue. Now we are logged in. What we need to go click on inspect again. We need to see if we have that cookie in our application. So when I click on this, and you can see under this cookie in our application, we do have that cookies here, which is remember me fun, and you can see it did add our email and then the password. Okay, so this is kind of viewable and it is not safe. If you guys want me to create another tutorial which will encrypted this and save in the cache, so then it will not have real uh, email and password to view for hacker. So let me go close this, and now we'll go ahead and close the application. Okay, and then run it again. Click on login. Now you can see it did a stop on our debug point under the login get function. So here, if I go down, as you can see, it has two value for this key. You can see here we are getting the key remember me function and outing the value for this key. So then here we do have that email for the user, and then password is here. So now we'll go ahead and click on continue, and this user ID and password would be stored here, and it will be view from our login CSTML page here. Let me make it bigger again. You can see here I added the value under this email input and added the value under this password input. And then go ahead, click continue. Now, friends, you can see the email is viewable. We do not have to type, and also you do not have to type the password here. And you can also view the password, right? And now, without typing, we can click on submit to login. And now you can see we're able to log in here. So one funny thing I can show you here, if I click on logout, what I want to clear the session, okay? Because I do not want to have session and store cookies with click on logout. Okay, when user click on logout, it will also delete the cookies from our application browser. So let me make it small. So this is what we have to do here. If you go our account controller under our logout functionality, here is our functionality. We need to add this line here, and then response.cookies.delete, and then the name of our cookie is this, right? And then once you log out, it will delete these cookies. Let me show you. Click on logout. All right, now we go inspect that application, and you won't see the cookies name, so that got deleted. So now if I log in page, I won't see my email and password. Okay, so friends, we were able to build our login functionality in our application. See you in the next video. Thank you.